on that field today, ask yourself this question.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We made it! We made it! We made it! We made it! And let's go to the house! And let's go to the house!
When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it.
It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We made it. And let's go to the house. And let's go to the house.
We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how like we the Miami Heat of football. Yap. The bottom line is you got to buckle up your chin strap. It's embarrassing. Yap. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from them. He's a man. They can be hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's war out there. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world.
What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We made it. And let's go to the house. And let's go to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
Nope, game not over. Just getting started right here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3 TV. It's our Freestyle Friday. I'm going to be on here for Fast Break Edition. Yesterday was just straight trash as far as the internet goes, and I've let Comcast know, man, if y'all don't get fiber in the hood, y'all can just keep whatever you got because it's just trash. And it makes no sense. I've been doing this show now since March of 2022. That's when I retired from radio, March 2022, and I still don't have fiber in the hood. Isn't that crazy? Absolutely crazy. But hey, it's Black History Month, so it's par for the course. I got a shout out to Johnny Cole. I shouted him out yesterday as part of our Black History salute to Texas Southern University. He and one other coach are the only two to win the Black College National Championship while at Texas Southern University. So Coach Cole, bless you, man. And you know how we do it. Bless you, man. You are definitely a part of Black history. So we will be giving you another Black history shout out today from a different HBCU. That's part of my thing. I am giving Black history shout outs to HBCUs and raising my voice about the continuous underfunding by state governments. And let me go ahead and add this. Typically Republican state-led governments where they will approve funding for Mississippi State, but they won't approve funding for Jackson State. Listen, a time is coming and is now when this stuff has got to stop, man. This stuff has got to stop. So, yeah, Black History Month, I'm shouting out and going to keep shouting out after that. All right, yesterday was a big day. D'Amico Ryans came into this kind of intro. D'Amico Ryans got welcomed like this yesterday. They literally said, "Welcome home" to D'Amico Ryans, former linebacker for the Houston Texans, drafted by the Houston Texans in 2006, and now the head coach of the entire organization in 2023. Man, nobody could be happier for him than myself. I love D'Amico Ryans. Hate it when he left the organization to go to Philadelphia. Again, that was a move where they could have kept him, but they didn't. So now he comes back as a head coach. And yesterday was the official press conference down at the stadium, and a lot was said. I've got clips of the pieces that I want to highlight today, and then we'll get on out of your way. So this was the intro at the press conference yesterday with head coach D'Amico Ryans.
This young man exhibited everything we wanted as far as leadership, football knowledge, led one of the top defenses for the last 2 years, and he fits exactly what we're looking for to lead our team into the future. And I'm not the first to say, but let me say it now. Welcome you and your family to H-Town.
Appreciate everybody being here. First of all, I'd like to thank Cal and Hannah for their support throughout this process. And the reality is, football is a people business. That's the reality of it, right? We're going to win with people. And what better person to lead this organization, to lead this team, to lead these players than D'Amico Ryan. So I think everything that D'Amico exudes as a player, what he exhibited as a player, he's done as a coach, his leadership, his selflessness, his toughness, his team-first mindset, his charisma. And I would say we didn't really know each other, but the more and more time we spent together, it was almost a no-brainer is that who was the right fit for this team, this organization, this city. He's one of our own. He believes in our program. He's been in this building. He's been in our players' shoes. He's been in this city. And for him to come home, for him to give us the opportunity to be a partner with him, certainly grateful and appreciative, and can't wait to get started and can't wait to get to work together. So thanks, D'Amico.
I would like to start by first thanking my family. Couldn't be here without the sacrifices that they endured for me to have the opportunity to coach. And I know everything that they've been through, and I'm just so thankful for my family, first and foremost, for being here with me. I would like to thank the 49ers organization for giving me the opportunity to grow as a coach, as a man. It was just outstanding. 6 years there. Kyle, the York family, John Lynch, and all the coaches, all the players that I had the opportunity to work with there. It was a special group, and I'll be forever grateful to those men who allowed me to coach them and lead them over the past 6 years. And now here with the Texans, I can't thank you enough. Kyle, Nick, can't thank you guys enough for believing in me, to give me this opportunity to lead the Texans, the team that drafted me here in 2006. I mean, this is just, it's a surreal moment for me. And I'm thankful to God that he's just paved the way for me through everything that I've been through in life, and from my past to end back up here in my home in H-Town, where it all started. I mean, it's a blessing that it's still, still for me, I'm still trying to believe it, right? But this is outstanding, man. To all my former players, my former teammates that are here, man, it's great to see all you guys here, right? The work we all put in together here, it means so much to me just to see you guys here, see your faces. Man, for the support you guys have given me, it's been outstanding. I love you guys so much. Thank you for your support. To the players that are here, the current players, man, I can't wait to get started. I can't wait to get started with you guys, man. I'm fired up, right? This is a young team, right? We're on the cusp, right? We got to add some pieces to what we're doing here, but I'm so excited to get started and get to work with the young guys, right? And to build a winning program here with the Texans. And I'm fired up. The excitement is real, and I can't wait to get to work, to get to coaching. All right, we want to bring a winning team. That's what we want to bring to Houston. We want to bring you guys a team that you're going to be proud of as fans, right? We want to fill up NRG Stadium, and we want you guys to make this truly a home field advantage for us again, right? All the excitement that we have right now, I'm excited, I'm fired up, and our fans, we want to continue that excitement and supporting the team that we have here. Everything with me and Nick, we're here to build this thing together, build it the right way with the right people. Right? Build it the right way with the right people. And what we're looking for, what I'm looking for, and the type of players that we're looking for is players, right, who are looking to swarm. Right? We want players to have a special work ethic and a relentless mindset in everything that they do. Right? That's what you're going to see from Texans football. Right? You're going to see fast, you're going to see physical, you're going to see toughness. But most of we want smart players who truly are dedicated to being the best that they want to be, and guys who are coachable, and guys who want to go win. And that's what we want to do. We want to do it in a first-class manner. We want to do it the right way. And I'm excited and fired up to get started.
Man, I tell you what, he had me wanting to play. He had me wanting to play with my 50-plus-year-old self. I'm telling you, and it was legit hype. It wasn't, media hype. It wasn't press conference hype. It was from his heart hype. And I tell you, I felt it loud and clear. I do want to point out a couple things before I take my first break. Number one, Nick Caserio, you are not the coach. You're not the assistant coach. You ain't the offensive coordinator. I get it. I get it. You're excited. You're the general manager. Should be excited. But, bruh, you do the general managing. Let him do the coaching. That's what you brought him here for. You did not bring in somebody who's going to let you be the assistant coach. So I'm just saying, I'm not fussing. I'm not trying to come for Nick Caserio. I just got to, it feels like, and you'll see throughout some of these clips, that Nick thinks he's like the offensive coordinator. He's the assistant coach. You the GM, bro. Just GM. Do that. Do that right there. Do that right there. And then number two, where was Davis Mills? Davis Mills was not there. Davis Mills was not there. You're the quarterback of the team. You're one of the leaders of the team, and you're not there for your coaches. If you're not on the continent, if you're not on the North American continent, you should have been there. You should have been there unless you were in another country. It's inexcusable. And I know they're going to make some excuse. Well, he had this, he had that previously scheduled or what have you. BS. You, Davis Mills, should have been there. Period. I'm just saying. Keith, he probably got about one more year. He probably got about one more year. Seriously, if there's a general manager hot seat, his behind is on it. I know he's got about a little credit on his account. He paid a little bit on his account, but he didn't pay the whole balance. Yeah, you hired the right guy this time, but you got to fix this roster. That's his job. So you're right. Let me take this break. I'll come back with more right after this on the lunch break, powered by JM&E. It's Freestyle Friday here on the lunch break. We'll be right back.
Of course, Steph Curry, Tim Anderson, Jordan Alvarez.
And it's caught! Debo Samuel with the catch. Michael Jordan consents.
The Fro just got the king.
BS3 Network. The hottest of hot takes. The coldest of cold hard facts. This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Weekdays at 8 a.m. Eastern. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
Snowman in the Morning, just one of the very many great shows that we have on the BS3 network. If you got a Roku streaming device, just download BS3 TV. Download BS3 TV and you'll see Snowman in the Morning. You'll see the lunch break. You'll see the HBCU stroll with the coach, Johnny Cole, all of those on Roku TV. If you don't have a Roku streaming device, just go to the website, www.bs3network.com. That's bs3network.com. You get it all right there. All right. Keith Hennig said Davis is working on his resume. He needs to be. No coach from college up has been able to win with him. They didn't win a bunch of games with him at Stanford. They definitely didn't win a bunch of games with him in the NFL. So, hey, I'm just saying. All right. They call this dude the general. Here was his first question. I recorded the question because it was a good question, but John McClain, Brian T. Smith, some of the others, those are the folks that I'm calling out. I'm curious to see how long the honeymoon period is going to last with them and D'Amico Ryans. But anyway, here was the first question of the day.
Thanks for the question, John. I'm thankful for the Denver Broncos, and we had great interviews there, great people there. But when it came down to it,
wait, let me go back. Let me go back and make sure I get the start because I want the question asked. All right, so here was a question by former Houston Chronicle, Mr. John McClain.
Start with John McClain, but there's going to be microphones in the aisle, so just flag my staff down. Go ahead, John.
D'Amico, you could have gone to other teams. Why the Texans? And did you give serious consideration to the other teams, especially Denver, since you interviewed there? And how close did you come to going to the Broncos?
Thanks for the question, John. I'm thankful for the Denver Broncos, and we had great interviews there, great people there. But when it came down to it, there is no place I wanted to be any more than H-Town. So it was an easy pick for me. It was a no-brainer to be here. All right, be home. It was a no-brainer. So it wasn't a difficult decision at all. It was very easy.
All right, so yeah, there you go. It's good to know. It's good to know, how he kind of processed the situation. Now let me and that's another thing that I have to say about the local media. Their level of respect is based on their upbringing or their biases and what have you. It's not Coach D'Amico. It wasn't Coach Lovey. It wasn't Coach Cully, but it was. And I got to be fair. They did call Bill O'Brien. They did call Coach O'Brien Bill. They did. So, but that's the way they rock around here. And we've seen in other areas where they approached Coach Sanders like that. Dion. They claim they approach Nick like that. I haven't seen New England interviews where they approach Coach Belichick, but he has a way of approaching them back. So no, they don't. They don't give him that. Good question. Who's going to be the offense coordinator? That was asked several times. No solid answer was given, but I will tell you again, Nick Caserio got all excited about answering the question as if he's the offensive coordinator. And for those who don't know, Nick Caserio is the general manager, but there have been published reports about him being on the headset giving input during the game. When coaches are trying to talk to the coaches up in the box, Nick Caserio is on those headsets with a microphone and making input in the game. And that's where I think it's a bridge too far. I think that's as much of a problem with this team as anything else, because Nick Caserio, forgive me, I ain't never heard of him coaching nobody's football. I've never heard of him being an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator. So what the hell do you have to add in the middle of a game when you only have so many seconds to have that microphone open with either your defensive captain or your quarterback? That to me is the craziest thing in the world. And just because he did it in New England doesn't mean he should be able to do it here in Houston. Does not mean he should be able to do it in Houston. Some of these people are their worst problem, where you try to do too much. If your surgeon is taking your spleen out, you don't need to be trying to grab a scalpel to help your surgeon take a spleen out. Hell, if your surgeon is taking the spleen out of your wife or your child, if you don't have MD behind your name, sit your behind out in the waiting room and wait for them to come and give you the update. That's what Nick Caserio needs to do when it comes to play calling with the Houston Texans. Coach Cole said maybe they can get Purdy from the Niners. I'm going to tell you this. I expect a number of either coaches or players to follow DeMeco Ryans to Houston. I expect that. All right, let me get to another one. Here was another good question. To head coach DeMeco Ryans.
Start thinking about wanting to be an NFL head coach, and did you at that point did you think it would happen this soon? And what does it mean to you to be one of only a handful of black head coaches in the entire NFL?
So when I first thought about coaching, it was while I was playing. Right? While I played, I was always interested into the development and the delivery of people around me. When I seen young Brian Cushion, right, coming in as a rookie and being able to work with him and to help him alongside me, I wanted to make sure that Brian was the best that he could be. Because I knew if I poured into him everything that I knew and I helped him, if he was playing his best, I was playing my best, and we all played our best, then I knew we would deliver wins. And that's how I've been. And I went to Philadelphia, worked with a young guy, Jordan Hicks. It was about me pouring into him all of the knowledge I knew about football, about being a team leader, and making sure he was his best when we played together. And it meant so much to me to see Jordan do the same thing throughout his career, Cushion do the same thing throughout his career, reach back and help others. So the reason I got into coaching was to help players. That's the only reason I got into coaching. I was able to get that opportunity out in San Francisco after playing. I set out for a year, and I was able to go out there, and it was truly about just helping others. And that's what I want to do here with our guys. It's just developing our young men, right? Developing the players to be the best players they can be on the field, but also I want to develop men to be the best men off the field, develop great husbands, great fathers, right? Great community men. That's what coaching is to me. It's about the development and delivery of men. And to tie it all in, we want to develop a great team here, and we can deliver wins to the city of Houston. We want to deliver a championship here to the city of Houston, and that's what it'll be about.
Okay, so good question. Here's the second part to that answer about being one of a few black head coaches in the NFL.
All right, it is an honor. Right? It is an honor to be a head coach in the National Football League. Right? And it's humbling. It's truly a blessing to just be one of 32. Right? It's not a ton of these jobs, so to be trusted to lead this organization is something I take seriously. And I know the men who came before me and the sacrifices they made, right, for me to be in this position, leading the organization, right? I give credit to all the coaches who came before me to allow me to be here, and I'm thankful to those guys.
All right, very well answered. Very well answered. Good job by Coach D'Amico Ryans. Again, these are clips that I took personally. So before Facebook or YouTube or Twitter or somebody tries to take my content down, this is from my camera. So y'all sit your butt down and let me do my job. All right. So anyway, let me take another break. We'll come back. We'll address some of the questions that y'all are giving me right now. We'll do that right after this on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on ROKU TV, courtesy of BS3 TV.
This is a BS3 Network presentation.
I want to show that attainability. I want to show the accessibility of this kind of lifestyle.
From social media to having conversations with friends and family, you always have to put on face and say face.
What brings a smile to my face is the one person that totally believes in me, and that's my beautiful wife, Jody.
I just had to stop because I didn't value myself. I didn't love myself. And it's like, I have to learn to love myself.
Changing the world one conversation at a time. This is Revelations.
Revelations, another one of the great shows here on the BS3 network. If you've got a Roku streaming device, just download BS3 TV. Download BS3 TV from your Roku streaming device, and you can get Revelations, The Lunch Break, and a whole bunch more great shows. If you don't have a Roku streaming device, just go ahead and go to the website, bs3network.com. That's bs3network.com. Click play. You're going to hear some great stuff. All right. Keith Hennig said, or I'm sorry, BS3, Mr. Ben Suttoff III said maybe they can get Jimmy G. You know what? That would not be bad. That would not be bad. Even if they draft one of the two top quarterbacks coming out, CJ Stroud or Bryce Young, having a veteran backup or stopgap quarterback. You know, Jimmy G, hold it down for a year until you can get Bryce Young or CJ Stroud up to par. Yeah, I would feel much better about that than Davis Mills or Jeff Driscoll or Kyle Allen. That quarterback room is on Nick Caserio, and that's why his behind don't need to be on the headset during play calling. He does not need to think he's one of the assistant offensive coordinators or the assistant head coach. He needs to do his job and get some quality players in here. That quarterback room was abysmal, and that's 100% on Nick Caserio. When you tell somebody you got to go win with Davis Mills, Jeff Driscoll, and Kyle Allen, you haven't done your job. That's why I say Keith Hennig, I think he got about one more. I think he got about one more year in him. All right, here's another comment from head coach D'Amico Ryans, according to this question.
So what about this job makes it a dream job for you? And what does it mean to see some of your former players come here and be here for your introductory press conference?
Yeah, the first thing that makes it a dream job is there's not many times, right, as players, we kind of get, as former players, we kind of get put in a box of what we can and what we can't do. So it makes it a dream job to be a former player and to sit in these meeting room chairs and also to just show that, man, we're more than just players, right? We can be anybody we want to be, right? We can accomplish any goals that we set out to be. I'm looking at a lot of my former players here are successful businessmen, right, in the community, right, doing great things in the community, still being leaders in their own way. And the same thing for me, I think it's my dream job because, right, for me to be the head coach of a team that drafted me, I never could have imagined that ever, right? And my coaching career hasn't been long. I've been coaching for 6 years, and for it to turn around this quickly and to be in this position, it's a dream job because I'm here at home in H-Town. It's a dream job, right? I get to work with Nick, with Kyle, to build this team the right way, right? We have a young team, right? We have a lot of draft capital. We're excited to add even more talent to the team that we have, and it's a dream job because we can win here, and we're gonna win here by collaborating, working together, building it the right way with the right people.
He kept saying that, building it the right way with the right people. And I got to tell you again, Nick Cassero needs to be listening to that and be working on that. That's his job. Build it the right way with the right people. But I'll be honest with you. I love Coach DeMeco Ryan's humility and respect for the opportunity. Like you said, to coach the team that drafted you, that rarely happens, if ever. And to have it happen in 6 years. I know people, again, you can say what you want to say about Coach David Culley. You can say what you want to say about Coach Lovie Smith. They have decades of experience that the casual fan or even the most astute fan does not have. No fan is in that war room. No fan is in that meeting room when they're installing game plans and when they're breaking down film and all of that kind of stuff. So for fans to try and put themselves on an intellectual level with a David Culley who's got 40 plus years of experience, Lovie Smith who's got 30 plus years of experience, it's asinine. It's just absolutely crazy. So I respect that Coach DeMeco Ryans has respect for the fact that it has happened for him sooner than it's happened for most, and he's not taking that lightly. All right, here's the one that I want to close out on. And our colleague and my friend, Kim Y. Davis, first Black female broadcast journalist in the city of Houston doing sports. Let me tell you something. She asked a very good question, and it really kind of sealed the deal. Here's what, again, colleague and friend, sister Kim Y. Davis from Chalk Talk Sports asked head coach DeMeco Ryans.
Talk about your wife and your kids, because I know family is very important. And then, if you will, talk about, without talking about who, what kind of staff you're looking to put together, what kind of people you're looking for.
My wife Jamila is here, so thankful for you. My wife, she's a rock star. She's a rock star in the family. She's the one who really should be up here. Because she's been outstanding, right? Again, when I talk about sacrifices, I know, for her, sacrificing is her career and everything to work and to lead our family. But she has such a big heart. Right? My wife she's willing to help any and everyone. Right? She has a huge heart, and I love her dearly. She's always about somebody else, where she forgets herself at times. So I have to tell her, but she has an awesome heart to help others, and she's a beautiful spirit, God-fearing, and I love her dearly. And 3 beautiful kids, MJ, Zia, and Micah. They are beautiful. We just have a beautiful family, and just love them so much. Athletic family as well. See, MJ and Micah, they're ready to be Texans as well. Zia, my little gymnast, she's ready to roll. So I love my family. I couldn't do this without them and their support. Right? They are my rock, and I love them dearly.
We'll have to have a futures contract on these 2. Can we work that out?
Make him talk about the staff after that?
The staff, right? Like the type of coaches that we're looking for. Right? Of course, we want a very diverse, right, coaching staff. And that's not only diversity in rate, but diversity in experience. Right? We want experienced coaches, some coaches, and not so much experience, right? We want coaches who are great teachers. That's the one thing we're looking for. Most importantly is great teachers. We want guys who are positive, bring positive energy. Right? We want guys who can connect with players. Right? If you can connect with players, right, then you can lead players. But if you can't connect, there is no way you can coach those guys. So we want guys who are bringing energy, right, doing it in a fun way, guys who are truly committed to working together as well. No egos allowed, no energy vampires allowed. We want a positive culture. We're gonna work together, right, to make sure we're giving the players everything they need. And with that being said, you want a diverse staff because players learn differently, right? So we want to be able to present things in a different way to different players to make sure when they step on the field Sunday, they're clear minds, they're not thinking, they're playing as fast as possible.
Very good answer. First of all, the comments about his wife and his family, I mean, really kind of stole the show, if you will, as they should, man. I mean, a lot of people don't realize the sacrifices that the family makes when a coach takes a position, relocates, that kind of stuff. And, you know, to hear some of the comments that are thrown at these coaches, to hear some of the comments that are said about them personally, out of line with just their ability to coach and win football games. You're literally talking about this man's wife. You're talking about this man's children. You're talking about his mother who was there in the room. I mean, you fans have got to mature. Fans have got to grow up and realize that nobody gives a damn about your fantasy team. Nobody cares about how much you bet on the game and that kind of stuff. You got to learn how to respect people who are doing their jobs, which is entertainment for you. It's sports entertainment. And again, man, to hear him talk about his wife, to see her tear up and to, you know, receive the accolades thrown on her by her husband, to see the pride in his children's and they're young kids, to see the pride on their faces that their dad got this great opportunity. Man, I got to just tell you, it changes stuff for me. And I'm pushing back on fans. I'm pushing back on media. I'm pushing back on colleagues. I'm not going to be a ha guy while you're talking about, you know, some of these people. So just know that. As far as the offensive coordinator goes, again, still no word, no direction. All I'm saying is this, though: DeMeco Ryan should be picking who he wants on his staff, not Nick Caserio picking who he wants Coach DeMeco Ryans to be working with. Two different things. He don't need they don't need arranged marriages in this opportunity. Let Coach DeMeco Ryans pick the people that he trusts, pick the people who do the job the way he feels like the job should be done, and give him a chance to work. I mean, again, I don't understand why this organization is so hands-on when they have when I tell you no history of success. And if you keep talking to me about the AFC South championships, I'm going to delete you. No team, the Houston Texans are the only team in the AFC South to never make it to an AFC championship game. No, Jacksonville's been there. Tennessee's been there. The Colts have been there. The Texans have not. So they don't even know how to get a team to the next level. So stop trying to, just tie the hands behind the back of the people that you pay to come in here and do this job. So anyway, I got to get ready to go. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate you, man. Listen, don't forget, for the 6 people still competing in the Lunch Break Weekly Keeping Up with the Joneses Pick'em Challenge, I don't need your picks this Sunday. I need them by the 12th at, watch this, at 4:30, 4 o'clock p.m. 4 o'clock. I said 4:30, 4 o'clock p.m. Central. And that's for Miss Pearl. That is for Alexis, Amber, Erica with a K, Al High, and Emmanuel. Now, Emmanuel, again, you've been eliminated, but still get your picks in. And again, for everybody not named Miss Pearl, here's what needs to happen for you to have a chance to win. You have got to pick the right team for the Super Bowl. Miss Pearl's got to pick the wrong team, and then you've got to be closest to the final score than anybody else for you to have a chance to win $500 cash. So pick well, think about it, find out who's healthy, who's not. Get me your picks by 4 p.m. Central on February the 12th between the Philadelphia Eagles, led by Channel View's own Jalen Hurts, and the Kansas City Chiefs, led by White House High School up near Tyler, Texas, his own Patrick Mahomes. Give me the winner of the game and the exact final score for both teams, not combined. So 27-25, 13-12, whatever you think the final score is going to be for both teams, get those to me. Y'all know how to get them to me, and you'll have a chance to win $500 cash. As always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I truly do love you, but there is nothing you can do about it except meet us here on Monday with the coach, Johnny Coles, HBCU Stroll. Man, he's been having some powerful guests. Monday will be no exception. All right, y'all. Y'all take care. We'll talk to you soon.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today, it's Friday, or as we like to say, Fri-yay, and we made it. February 3rd, 2023. Number 1, in a game of political tit-for-tat, House Republicans voted to strip Minnesota Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar of her seat on the House Foreign Affairs Committee. During his speech before the House, Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries of New York said that it's not about accountability. It's about political revenge. Jeffries then countered the Republicans by moving immediately to seat Congresswoman Omar on the House Budget Committee, where he said she will defend democratic values against right-wing extremism. Number 2, did you know that Black History Month grew out of Negro History Week, the brainchild of the Association of the Study of African American Life and History, founded by the father of Black history, the great Carter G. Woodson? President Gerald Ford officially recognized Black History Month in 1976, calling upon the public to seize the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history. Each year, the Association for the Study of African American Life and History chooses a different theme for Black History Month. This year, the theme is Black Resistance. Throw it up in the air. Number 3. Wednesday, the Senate Health and Human Services Committee voted 7-2 to advance Senate Bill number 1, which makes a ban put in place in 2022 against mandates meant to prevent the spread of COVID permanent to the full Senate. Senator Greg Dolezal, a Republican from Cumming, Georgia, who is sponsoring the bill, said that when it comes to the COVID-19 vaccine, at least the government should not be able to force everyone to get it. The Georgia chapters of both the American Academy of Pediatrics and the American College of Physicians are opposing the measure, saying it will hurt Georgia's ability to fight continuing COVID-19 infections. Number 4, Utah has banned doctors from providing certain forms of gender-affirming health care for transgender minors, the first of several states poised this year to pass laws to make it more difficult for trans people to live as their self-identified gender. Utah's measure prohibits transgender surgery for youth and disallows hormone replacements for minors who have not yet been diagnosed with gender dysphoria. Number 5, did you know that Black Americans spend billions on domestic travel annually, but very few hotels are Black owned? According to the National Association of Black Hotel Owners, Operators, and Developers, just 2% of U.S. hotels are under Black ownership. Reality TV star and creative Big Frida will soon add to that number and become one of the first to do so in New Orleans. The new venture will include a restaurant, music club, and pool, as well as micro boutique hotel. Construction is set to begin this spring with the goal of opening its doors by Mardi Gras 2024. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Life is a series of choices. Choose a healthy lifestyle. Yes, ma'am. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SibyLWilkes.com. Be informed. Be empowered.
All right, I don't normally do this. Once I sign off, but I forgot to give my Black History Month salute, and I'm going to do that right now. I'm wearing Prairie View A&M University for a reason, so let me give you this Black History Month shout out real quick, and then I'll go. All right, back in 1958, Prairie View A&M Panthers football team in their 10th season under head coach Billy Nix finished with a record of 10-0-1 and they won the SWAC championship. Man, they were dog walking them teams, man, by a total of 369 points to 101. They were outscoring them by 268 points a game in the season. They outscored their opponents 268 points. In their postseason games, they defeated Florida A&M or FAMU in the Orange Blossom Classic, and they beat Langston College in the Prairie View Bowl, and the Panthers were recognized in 1958 as the Black College National Champions. So Prairie View A&M University, established in 1857, I think. Back in 1958, they were the Black College National Champs. So I have to give them love. Show them love. All right, y'all, let me get out of here now. Again, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I truly do love you, and I'll see you on Monday.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.